Hmm.
Hey, 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 we are live.
Ho, ho,
Sorry
ho.
to make people jump up on the Facebook. I apologize. Kind of got our cameras a little wonky this evening, so bear with us.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good. See you later. Goodbye.
Let's just give everybody a couple of seconds to get in here, make sure that our volume's working.
All right, I'm live on there now.
All right.
How about you? I'm watching.
Yeah, you are.
There we go.
We got somebody over there on YouTube, so this is great. Hi, Scott.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, no problem. I enjoy it.
Oh, too funny. So, hello, everybody. Super excited to come to you guys this evening. Oh, YouTube just notified me that Plum Crazy Adventures is live.
Yeah, did you see that?
I saw that right up there.
I think we should check them out. They're crazy people.
Yes, they're just plum crazy people. All right, so we're going to give it a minute or two before we get into everything, let people get in here. So before we start talking about the news of D23, just wanted to say, how's everybody's weekend been? Like, it's been rainy weekend here in Pittsburgh. Like,
Yep.
Bouts of sun where it's like, oh, this is nice, and then you get drenched.
Yep.
So we've both been fighting off headaches because the barometric pressure keeps going up and down. So
it's crazy.
Hopefully we get through this tonight okay without too much. The lights are really bothering me this evening, so hopefully I'll be able to keep going. So,
well, personal news, yes. I forgot to even announce this last week. I don't know why, but I have officially finished college, so I am done.
Round of applause! Round of applause!
So now I'm done, and I'm just waiting. I think I'm on a March this year, aren't
I? Yeah, it's December.
In December, so
hopefully.
And I want to try to. So I'd like to be able to get a cap and gown and go walk across the stage.
Yes, yeah. I think you need to.
I do. I think I'm going to do that. I think we'll bring that to you guys probably live on Facebook. It won't be from me.
Yeah.
Well, that would be really cool. I should really do that. Make it live from my perspective.
I don't know if you would be able to do that.
I don't know. We'll have to check that out. That'd be kind of fun.
I mean, you're going to need both hands. So how are you going to do that?
Well, I'll figure a way to attach it to like my forehead or something. It's me. But anyway, but yeah, I finished college. Got everything done.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Mom. Chris
Hi, Mike.
Watching. Dad's down there. Okay,
yep.
There's Dad. Okay, there's Mom down there. Okay, all right. But yeah, so that's done, and other good news is coming. I don't want to really give that away just yet. I actually heard it today, and I don't want to make any comments on it just yet because it's not made official just yet. It's with my job.
So make sure that you're keeping tuned for the next week or two.
Yeah, because I've got some exciting news coming this way.
You're going to want to stay tuned regardless because we're going to be going live from Chickateague in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And that's always a good time.
Yes, it is. So anyway, well, without any further ado, if you haven't done so already, guys, go to our YouTube channel, you Facebook people, subscribe. And if you YouTube people have not subscribed to our Facebook channel, go do that.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of our YouTube channel, if anybody has any ideas or things that they want us to cover that's in the local area as far as southwestern PA, northwestern PA, Ohio over to central. I don't know how far west we could really get, but if there's anything that you want to see us cover or that you're interested in seeing us do, definitely let me know. Like I said, we will be going to Chickateague in a few weeks, so we will definitely be having some content for that. As well as going to the Outer Banks. So we'll have a couple of videos for Outer Banks as well. But really trying to kind of think outside the box and do some fun stuff around here. And if you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know.
Well, before we get into that, we did have a question that came across that I got. I don't know if you knew it or not, but anyway, I got it. Stacy, she emailed me and wanted to know, can you go on a cruise without a passport? Now, this is a very tricky situation. So,
Yes. So first off, it can be done. It depends on the cruise line. Because Virgin Voyages, they require a passport regardless. But like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, as long as you start and end at the same port, which is what they call a closed-end loop. So if you guys are going out of Baltimore and then you're coming back into Baltimore and it's a closed-end loop, you do not technically need to have a passport. You can just use your birth certificate and driver's license or state-issued photo ID.
okay.
So... but it gets a little bit hairy, so if that's something that you need to know about for sure, reach out to me. That way I can really give you pinpoint specifics on it, because each cruise line does things just a little bit differently, and it also depends on which itinerary you're looking at. It has to be closed loop.
Okay. Well, Stacey, I hope that helps answer your question. Thank you for the question. We do appreciate it. And guys, if you got any questions, feel free, don't be afraid to ask. Send us an email, shoot us a question down here in the comments below. We definitely love answering questions. We love talking travel. So shoot us your questions and we'll answer them live when we're on our lives. So,
exactly. And I actually want to take that one step further real quick.
Mhm.
I know that most people are probably like, oh, well, all the cruises are closed loop. Well, technically they're not. Most of your Caribbean's cruises are going to be starting at the same port and ending at the same port. However, hi Ivy, thanks for joining us. However, if you are planning on doing an Alaskan cruise, most of those cruises start in Vancouver or Seattle, and then they end in the other. So if you're starting in Seattle, you're going to end in Vancouver.
Yeah.
If you start in Vancouver, you're probably going to end in Seattle. So
Yeah.
that is not what is considered a closed loop itinerary. You have to have a passport.
And to be honest with you guys, it's like we said before in some of our past shows, if you're going to go on a cruise, it just makes a little more sense to take a passport, have a passport with you, because let's just say you get down into Jamaica and you get on those waterfalls, and guess what? Bam, you slip and you break a leg.
Yeah, you have to be flown back to the States.
And you
they
don't
won't
have a
fly
passport.
you back if you don't have a passport.
Think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it. I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
So anyway, but that answers those questions. Hey, let's get to what we are really here to talk about tonight, which is D23 and all the exciting announcements and the new movies, the new fireworks shows. Oh man, like there is so much new information that just came out in the past few days. My head is about ready to freaking explode.
Yes, they really went crazy on Sunday, which was the theme park panels, which is what we're mostly going to focus on.
Right.
If we have time, we will dip into other things that they announced as well, like with Disney Plus and such.
Oh my gosh. Okay, stop right now. The Little Mermaid. The new movie. Have you seen the previews? Have you guys seen the previews for it? If you haven't, search it up and look and watch it. It just looks amazing.
Yes.
And The Secret Invasion by Marvel. Oh man, can't wait to see that one too. That one's going to be good. But sorry, I had to put those two in. They just those two movies just look really, really good too. And Mustafa.
You mean Mufasa?
Mufasa, yes. I'm so excited.
He said it with such conviction.
Mufasa.
He's forevermore Mustafa.
Wow. Anyway, I'm just excited. I can't help it. But
oh, sorry, that was too funny.
Anyway, let's get into it. So,
all right.
I've done made a fool out of myself.
Yeah, you're going to do it again. It's all right. I'll do it, I'm sure. So we're going to start over at Walt Disney World. We're going to start on East Coast because that is where the majority of the people that we help plan their vacations to want to go.
Yep.
And it really is the vacation destination for the Walt Disney Travel Company. So
for the whole world.
Yeah, everybody wants to go to Walt Disney World. So, so first off, I want to talk about Epcot because there were quite a few things that people talked about. Please don't do that again. It's just total. I'm thinking bugs from last week. I'm just like, he's messing with my hair, and I'm just like totally lost my train of thought. So Epcot is their World Celebration neighborhood is expected to be completed in 2023. Now, Epcot, for those of you that haven't been in a few years, it is one big jungle of construction walls.
Yes,
and it has been the past few times we've been, actually. So that's I don't want to say it's a problem, but I'm really looking forward to seeing things open back up. And part of this expansion is it's no longer how it used to be with like Future World and World Showcase and the Land Pavilion and stuff like that, which was all kind of its own thing. They've created all of these separate worlds. Yeah. Okay. And so I kind of want to get into that real quickly, just so people understand what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about where these things are that they're announced for the D23 Expo. So World Celebration, that is basically going to be like your middle focal point. That's where Spaceship Earth is, okay? There was going to be Communicore Plaza, Communicore Hall. There's also going to be Dreamers Point, and then there's going to be multiple garden areas. So it's going to be a really beautiful place to be able to go kind of relax a little bit before you decide which world you want to explore next. As far as the other worlds go, obviously World Showcase is not changing whatsoever. As far as the name goes, obviously all the pavilions and stuff, they're always doing different updates and such. Yeah. Now, World Celebration, I just mentioned. World Nature, and this makes sense because this is where the Land Pavilion is and the Seas Pavilion is. And so that one makes sense to me. And then World Discovery is where Test Track and Mission Space, new Mission Breakout Galaxy.
Galaxy's Edge. Or,
yeah.
Wow, boy, we both messed that one up.
Yeah, we did. Guardians of the Galaxy.
There we go.
Ride. That is where all of those are. So Discovery, as in otherworldly things, it's kind of where that's going.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's hard for me to wrap my head around all the names. So I just wanted to make sure I clarified, because I know if I'm having trouble, and I'm a Disney dork and I'm always looking up all these things. If I'm having issues, I'm sure other people are totally lost. Yeah. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the Journey of Water. Now, this was announced at their last D23 back in 2019, I think. Yeah. It's been a few years since they've had one because of COVID. But this is the water feature that is inspired by the movie Moana. It's supposed to open in late of 2023. Technically, it is in the World Celebration area, but it is pushed right up against World Nature. So when you're going into the park, it's going to be towards the right, if that's what you're looking for. It's going to be to the right of the ball as soon as you're walking in. Okay. Now, something that I thought was interesting is I didn't realize it was going to be an actual attraction, like a walkthrough kind of thing. And they're going to have a 16-foot tall statue of the goddess Te Fiti.
That's cool.
As her mountain self, not obviously as the demon volcano god. So I thought that was really, really interesting that they've really brought that in, because in the original concepts, it wasn't supposed to be a lot like there was Moana theming to it, but it wasn't like overly overbearing like this is Moana. And I mean, Te Fiti, I mean, that's a pretty obvious like this is Moana. So I like it though. I think it's a great movie, so I'm really glad that they're doing that.
I think it's going to be a nice touch to the front of Epcot. I mean, I really do.
Yeah.
I think with it blending in with the nature and stuff, and you know,
I think it's going to fit in really well with kind of as the bridge between World Nature and World Celebration.
And it really, honestly, if you stop and think about it, it really offers that side of the park a different option to go a different route. They can do different things over there. So once people start to get used to it.
They're really not updating anything over there, and they're not planning on updating anything over there at this time. So I think their last big expansion thing was the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Yeah. So, and Nemo's been out for a good long time. So now the next thing, you are going to be so stoked about this, okay? We have his old plushie from when he was a kid, okay? Figment is going to start greeting guests in 2023.
I saw this. I'm I was reading it. I think it was like 5 a.m. I got up and I was in the kitchen and I'm just going through some stuff, and I almost yelled like, "Ah!"
I know. I wish I'd thought to grab him. I think he's in Nick's rooms.
Yeah, he's in there somewhere.
With the other million of stuffed animals that Nick
Yep.
has to have. So
Yeah,
he's well loved.
my original plush. I still have him from
Yeah.
when I was like Nick's age,
Yeah.
and I have got my own Figment.
Yeah. And he's
you have
going to be a
Figmenteers.
life-size. I do have Figmenteers. I love
Yes.
my Figmenteers. I am super, super excited about this. I should have worn those. But he's the last time that he was actually a character that you could meet and greet and talk to and stuff, he was with Finder. And so he was the little imagination that was on your shoulder.
Okay.
We've never had him as a life-size, like being able to give Figment a hug.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Yeah, that's definitely a future picture for me.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. So super stoked about that. The next thing is obviously Harmonious has kind of gotten some mixed reviews. Some people really love it. Some people I'm kind of in the
She's okay with it. I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
I think depending on where you're sitting, it's a great show.
Yeah.
But the problem is World Showcase is such a large, all-encompassing area that there shouldn't be a reason for a lagoon show like that to have a bad seat.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of bad seats.
Yeah, there is. I'll agree with that.
That's my only complaint.
Depending on where you're
I
at.
think that if you're sitting where you need to, it's really beautiful. And they did a good job. So, anywho, Disney has heard the complaints and stuff about Harmonious, and they are putting together a brand new nighttime spectacular for Epcot that is going to celebrate Disney, the Disney company, as far like the movies and everything, 100th anniversary.
Cool. Awesome.
Which, holy crap.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies.
I think that Disneyland Park just celebrated 76, 77, something like that. Obviously, we're in the middle of our 50th celebration. In October, we actually start 51, but we're doing 18 months of fun. So lots and lots of fun there. But we're moving right along, and we're celebrating 100 years of Disney. So that's really exciting. Now, part of that celebration of 100 years is in World Celebration. Sorry, I had to make sure I had the right world. In Dreamer's Point, which is a subsection of World Celebration, there is going to be a life-sized Walt statue.
Wow.
A tribute. And it's the Dreamer statue. It is him. He's sitting on steps and he's just looking out at everything. And I just, they actually had the bronze statue at D23. People were able to touch it, able to get photos with it and stuff right there at D23. As soon as it's done there, it's going to get prepared for shipment so that it can go to its new home.
That's
Dreamer's
awesome.
Point.
That's awesome.
Happy tear. I'm super excited about that. Now, one thing I was a little bit sad about as far as Epcot goes, they did not talk about Mary Poppins or coming to the UK Pavilion.
Yeah.
I know that they halted that, but I was hoping a new show never hurts. No, it doesn't, Deb. So I'm a little sad that they didn't bring that up. I was hoping that would be something that they were going to jumpstart again. But as of right now, no. Also, they have not talked about Spaceship Earth refurbishment at all. And that's kind of disappointing. I mean, I don't want them to change Spaceship Earth per se.
Well, they've kind of, if you stop and think about it, they really have already done that. I mean, with all the lights added to the ball and stuff, and it can project its own show on the ball itself. I mean, they can do its own show. It doesn't have to project on it because, I mean, they're just big LED lights on it.
But they were actually going to change the attraction, the ride inside.
Oh, they were talking about doing that.
Yeah, it was going to be down for like 2 years and be up with a completely new ride inside of it for the 50th anniversary. And then the pandemic happened. I
don't think they should.
And they kind of just dropped it. Didn't really bring up anything. Leave it alone.
It's one of those old classic rides. It'd be like redoing the Carousel of Life at the Magic Kingdom, you know?
You mean the Carousel of Progress?
Progress. What? Wow. I'm tired tonight. Yes, the Carousel of Progress in the Magic Kingdom. It would be like, changing that up,
Yeah.
I mean, the ball has always had that ride in it, that's.
Yeah. I know. I completely agree.
If you got,
so I think
if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
This is true. Maybe they could update a few things inside of it. But
yeah, go in and clean up the animatronics, make it a little bit more, modern and stuff, but don't change the show. Leave the show the way it is. I mean, because that's the part of Disney that everybody loves doing. It's going back and being able to relive that childhood memories with your parents. And then now you're recreating them with your children.
Yeah.
And they're going to remember it, and they're going to want to do it with their children later in life, So
you need to have some new stuff to bring people back over and over again, but you need to keep the nostalgic ones as well.
Yeah.
And Disney does nostalgia very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it for my Epcot stuff. Was there something that I missed that you heard about?
No, I was all excited about the Epcot, but you already had that written down. So about Figment at Epcot. Wow. Okay. I think I'm just going to go and exit stage left or right, or whatever.
Oh my
God, I need to go to bed.
Oh, that's so funny.
I've had a long day today.
All right. So moving right along, we're going to start talking about Magic Kingdom.
Okay. So what is going on with Tron? Is this ride ever going to open? I keep hearing they're putting the
We've got
trains
a season.
On. They've got tracks. They're testing.
We got a season
things.
in a year.
A season in a year?
Yeah.
In a year. Wow. Hey, Becky, how you doing?
You are not listening to me. It's opening in spring of 2023. We have a season, which is spring, and we have a year now, which is 2023.
Oh, okay.
So spring of 2023, just in time for the end of that 50th celebration, because they said that they would have it open by the 50th. And I think that they pushed instead of doing a year, they did 18 months or so celebrating for
so that way they get
the 50th so that they could get this ride up. Like, I am not even joking. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, in all fairness, now they did start this project right before COVID.
So was Velocicoaster.
I understand that, but I'm just trying to make it,
No. At this point.
Yeah,
Shame.
Yeah, I know. I mean, come on, enough's enough. Open the thing up so we can go ride it. I want to see it.
So we're super excited about that. Like, all joking aside, we've been wanting to ride this ride since it opened up in Tokyo. Yeah. So I'm super, super excited that it's finally we have it estimated okay, now we get to do something. 5 years is too long. It's way too long. And you know what? 5 years without the Disney World Railroad.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Come on.
How many times have we been to Disney and Walt Disney World?
Mm-hmm.
I think we've ridden it maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And all the times that we've been there, because it's been closed for refurbishment or closed because of Tron.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But they were putting the track together.
Good.
I saw them putting the tracks together to get that ready to go. So hopefully.
Yep. I'm excited for it. That really is just quintessential Disney. That was Walt's favorite thing, was his trains. Yep. And I just, every time I get on there, I'm just giddy.
Yep.
Turn into a little kid all over again. So honestly, me personally, might be a little bit more excited about our train coming back than Tron at this point.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think we got a better chance to getting the train back before we get Tron. So
I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah.
The next thing that I am super excited about, not necessarily nothing inside of Tron. I have a feeling that might be part of the issue. So Happily Ever After is going to return in 2023.
Yep.
I could not find a specific date when I was doing research, but Katie from Best Life and Beyond said that she thought she heard on the parks panel that they had said January of 2023. Happily Ever After is coming back.
Okay. That's great news.
This is everybody absolutely adores it. Can't wait. Cool channel name. Thank you. So very, very happy to have Happily Ever After coming back. Now, the other thing that I am just super stoked about is Haunted Mansion after all these years, is finally getting their own Hatbox Ghost.
Yay!
I know.
About time.
It's the little things, and people are like, "Really? Like, they didn't have the Hatbox Ghost? Like, what's the big deal?"
Yeah.
If you're a Haunted Mansion nut, it is huge. Okay, and the technology that goes into it, he was actually a concept when they first built Haunted Mansion, and they couldn't figure out how to do it because they didn't have the technology in order to make it work. Now, what is the Hatbox Ghost? For those of you that don't know, so it's this ghost. He stands up and he's holding onto his hat box like this, and his face goes from here into his hat box and back and forth, and it's really, really cool.
It's a cool effect.
It's about time. I know, Deb, you've never seen him because you haven't been to the Disneyland one, so super excited. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
So very excited for that. Sometime next year, I'm sure that they probably already have the animatronic like ready to go.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting it installed during their short refurb season for the Haunted Mansion, and they're not going to do that until after the first of the year at this point. So the next thing I want to talk about is Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yep.
Now this is going to be opening up sometime in late 2024. According to the Disney Parks panel, and it's going to replace Splash Mountain on the East Coast and the West Coast. So kind of a little bit sad that we're losing that.
Yeah,
but
I think this one is going to be a little bit better of a theming for it. I mean, I don't know. I like Splash Mountain. I love the zippity doo dah, zippity yay.
I know. Well,
that just
and in our Magic Kingdom, the East Coast Walt Disney World Resort, it fits very well because you're kind of in front. It's Frontierland area, so it definitely fits very well. This looks okay. So I'm super excited about it for the West Coast because it's going to fit in perfectly because the Splash Mountain is very close to New Orleans Square. So it kind of just ties that all together and makes New Orleans Square bigger. Yeah. So it ties very well out on the West Coast.
Because New Orleans Square actually out in Disneyland is just like, it's like a little tiny
it's very
corner.
small. It's got Haunted Mansion in it. It's got a little shop with fantastic jambalaya.
Yes, it does have fantastic.
Such good jambalaya. Actually, Nate with Paging Mr. Morrow, he put up a video. He had that a couple days ago, and I'm like,
thank you,
jambalaya now.
Thank you, Plum Crazy. I appreciate that. They subscribe to our channel. That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much.
And welcome
I like
to the
your name as well.
Yes, welcome to the Plum Crazy family.
So, now a couple of fun things about. Let me talk about what I do know for sure that was announced, and then get into the rumors on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So, the original film cast is going to lend the voices to the attraction. This is really cool because most of the time they have to do voice alikes instead of Thunder Mountain. Not sure about. Thunder Mountain is part of the Frontierland area, and we're going to get into what I think you're talking about in just a minute, Deb, because yes, I want to talk about that. So really excited that they're bringing original voice actors in for it because I think that's just going to add another level. Yeah. And then basically the storyline of this attraction is it's after the final kiss between Tiana and Naveen. And Tiana and Lewis, the gator, are going to be going on a musical adventure as they prepare for their first ever Mardi Gras performance. I like this. And the reason why I like this is because there is this huge party, zippity doo dah, the big boat and stuff that's already inside the show building. That is nothing to turn into a Mardi Gras good time.
Oh yeah.
So
I would love to see them keep that.
I like how they're doing this and where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Basically, what the Disney panel has said is they want to make you fall in love with New Orleans. They are calling this their love letter to New Orleans. I'm going to see how many times and how many different ways I can say New Orleans. So.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Walt had a love affair with New Orleans.
Yes, he did.
He absolutely loved it. And he felt, honestly, out in California, that the New Orleans theming was just not enough. It just didn't bring enough to it. So
That's
now,
too small.
yeah, it's way too small. But it sure does have good food.
Yes.
I can tell you that.
Yes.
But here at Disney World,
supposed to be food inspired too. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. They here at Disney World and on the East Coast, this is the opportunity to make that bigger and just and bring it together and just make it more. I'm going to invent a word here. Awesomest.
Oh, that's too funny. So something that now I'm getting into the rumor mill a little bit here. I know over on the West Coast, they're going to have a restaurant that's going to be Tiana themed, Tiana restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
There's rumor that Walt Disney World is going to be getting their own version of New Orleans Square with this expansion. Yeah. I love this. I love this because there's a little bit of room for it. There's the briar patch and stuff that can be converted into a little like quick service or something like that instead of a shop. There's some space for them to be able to do that. Maybe push out a little bit at the backstage area, make this area just a little bit bigger. Turn our Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom Splash Mountain into a focal point of New Orleans or Bayou New Orleans, something of that nature. And I'm sure that they can tie it in with Big Thunder, which is right next to it, to kind of make it work. So super excited. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think that having a Creole restaurant in Magic Kingdom would be phenomenal. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm drooling a little bit just thinking about it. Because everybody that has any idea about going and doing resort hopping, they always end up going to Port Orleans so that they can get the beignets, so that they can get other quick service items and stuff that they have because it's just so good.
And we've never done that.
No, never. So super, super excited about that. The last thing that I want to talk about with the Magic Kingdom is their Blue Sky project. You guys, you have no idea how excited I am about this. They are talking about expanding Magic Kingdom. Yep. They have been looking at the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad spires and going, what could be behind that? Because out in Disneyland, behind that is Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
Well, we already have a Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
So they're talking about expanding, pushing things out because let's face it, they've got almost limitless potential. Hi, Vinny. How are you? They have almost limitless potential in Magic Kingdom because of all the space that they have as compared to out in California. And Encanto is being brought up, creating the house and doing a ride of the house with Encanto.
Yep.
Coco has been brought up. And Coco is a dark ride because, oh my gosh, could you imagine how beautiful that would be? But again, I'm going to bring up Katie from Best Life and Beyond. She was like, could you imagine if you got to ride through I'm going to call it Underworld because I can't think of what the area is called that the dead live in there. But could you imagine riding on that big cat with the wings and stuff? And she called it something. I have no idea. Yeah. I'm not as well versed. Yeah. But could you imagine riding that animal as you're going through?
Yeah.
Kind of like a Pandora thing, but on a very cool level. Yeah. I mean, honestly,
they can do awesome. They can do so many things literally with Coco itself.
Yes.
But I'm thinking Encanto. Encanto would be I don't know if you guys have never seen the movie, you got to watch it. Watch it because
there's a lot they can do.
And then just sit there and think as you're watching it how they can incorporate that into a ride. I'm telling you, I think there's a lot of opportunities right there. And both of those movies would be great. I think it would be a great idea for them to just push out and behind and put both of those in there. Those would be two well-received rides, especially for youngsters. Because a lot of them really, really enjoy those movies. I know Nick does. I mean, he really likes it, and I love it too. So,
gotta run. Have a great night. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for the love. We do appreciate all the support. So we'll talk soon.
Now, here's my thoughts, because we're in the rumor mill and everything, and let's just throw everything out the window. Maybe Disney watches this, maybe they don't. I highly doubt they do. But what if they took the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, converted that into an Encanto attraction?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because that could be
because unfortunately nobody knows what Swiss Family Robinson is anymore. It's one of my favorite movies as a child, but he had no idea what it was, and I had to show him what Swiss Family Treehouse was because he'd never seen the movie before.
Or maybe I have and I just forgot it. You know,
I love it, but not enough people know about it, and they go right by it.
Yeah.
It's, I got to walk up steps. I don't want to do that.
Well, and a lot of people
I feel like Encanto there.
I don't think people really realize what's there.
Exactly.
You know? They just go right by it, and they're like, oh, okay, that's just some, a play area for the kids to go run in, and they just keep on going. Right. They don't realize it.
So if they put Encanto there, and that would fit in very well because it is in Colombia, I believe is the country that it's set in. Ride's okay sounding, not sure of the park, maybe Epcot at Mexico. That was where I was going next, Deb. So having an Encanto attraction in Adventureland makes a lot of sense because, I mean, they're in the middle of the jungle and everything. So there's a little oasis right there. They could do something very, very easily right there. Go over to the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Donald Duck and the Three Caballeros and everything that they have inside of the Mexico Pavilion. However, it never has a long wait. I mean, it's almost always a walk-on because a lot of people just don't know it's there.
Yeah, a lot of people just think that
and
that's
then other people are like, oh.
And that's it. They just
I've seen it before. I could care less. It's just a boat ride.
Yep.
Turn that boat ride into a Coco attraction and really utilize that space for Coco.
Because
he's already in the Mexico Pavilion.
But when you walk into that attraction, what's at the front? It's the
it's
two
a
dead.
Fiesta.
Well, it's of the dead.
You're talking about inside of the pyramid.
Yeah.
They celebrate Dia de los Muertos, I think, all the time there. And they're always doing different festivals and stuff.
Isn't that the Festival of the Dead?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And it has the bride and groom sitting at the very front. So
the last time we were in there, maybe they've changed it.
They might have changed it, but the last time we were there, it was that. Yeah. But it's already started as you just come in the door. It would take nothing to switch it over.
Exactly. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, not because I don't want to have an expansion of Magic Kingdom, but I am most excited about the third option.
Okay.
A Villains Land.
Yep, I heard about that. I really, 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 really hope to God that they do this. This is something that Disney needs to do.
There is such a call for it.
Yes. Well, I mean, let's take a look at Halloween Horror Nights and everything that's going on over at Universal Studios. Look at the draw. Look at the people that are coming nonstop. They want the villains. They want to see the bad, the bad people, the ones that cause the issues in the movies and stuff.
Oogie Boogie Bash sold out in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are no tickets left.
Unheard of.
People aren't even able to pick up at the will, go to guest services and pick up any tickets because they are sold out. Also, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, it's sold out. It's gone. Yep. That has never happened before. These Halloween events where people are getting to go in and see these villains and see these characters and stuff are going bonkers. Yeah. And why wouldn't you capitalize on that? Obviously, keep some of them exclusive and such so that you can keep these events going, but really capture that and turn another land into like Villains Grove, like what they do over in Disney California Adventure. Yep. They do a Villains Grove in their redwoods forest that they have there. Yeah. Or do some kind of thing out that way. Could you imagine having an indoor coaster that is Maleficent chasing you as the dragon?
Oh, wow.
That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Let me think here. We could do...
or Hades. like something, a dark ride with Hades in it, you know, and just have the blue flame haired dude coming after you. You know, I mean, no, there's so many different things that you can do with this.
There really is.
It's endless what you can do. I think this is
people will keep coming back for it because I mean that's what everybody's wanting to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely go to do this. I mean, this is something that would be awesome to check out, and I don't think it's something that they should discuss. I think that's something they should do. Period. Point blank. Yeah. They are missing the boat with not having something like this.
Well, they had an entire land.
But let's go right back to Universal. Let's go to Universal and let's go right inside Universal Studios and go right back and cross through the wall. And guess where we're at? Where are we when we cross through that wall, Megan? With the dragon?
Oh, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
I
had no idea where you were going with that.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
But, they've got all the evil and they've got the good and they've got everything all right there. And the people flock to that constantly. Yeah. I think Disney is missing out. And I think I don't think they should think about it. I think they need to start getting the shovels out, start digging, and let's get this thing built.
They had the plans at one point to create a completely separate theme park that was going to be a villains themed theme park. They've got the ideas. They're there. Let's do it.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I can see why they didn't do it. Because Halloween wasn't as big of a thing. Like it is really a huge event worldwide now. Everybody really enjoys the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Really enjoy the super scary and the not so scary, and Disney does the not so scary best.
Yes.
So I think for them to be able to do a villains section, I think that they would knock it out of the park.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get off of that subject because we've been on that one for a while.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm really excited about it though. So, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, they didn't get a whole lot of love this year on the D23 panel.
No, they didn't.
There's a couple of things that I do want to share that I think is really exciting. Now, over at the Hollywood Studios Black Spire Outpost in Disneyland, mid-November, they are going to have the Mandalorian and Grogu
that's
walking
great.
Around and doing meet and greets with people.
Oh, man. That's great.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And that tells me it's coming to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Because anything that they do out in Disneyland for Galaxy's Edge seems like within a couple of months they start bringing it over.
Okay.
So,
all right. So when are they bringing Cars Land to Walt Disney World?
I don't think they ever will.
Oh, I'm telling you, they need to bring something more Cars themed.
I don't think they will because they have the Art of Animation Resort that has the Cars themed hotel section.
All right, fine. Well, how about an Avengers campus? I mean, come on.
They are not allowed to do anything Avengers east of the Mississippi. Any Marvel or MCU attractions, because that was the contract when they bought out with Universal. They didn't buy it from Universal, but that was the contract because Universal Orlando Resort already has Marvel Superhero Island.
Right.
So they cannot have any IPs east of the Mississippi.
All right, Disney just needs to buy Universal.
Yeah, don't tempt them.
let's do this because there's so many more rides and things.
I know. He is cool. The Hulk looks weird. Yes, he does. So, as Deb just mentioned, Disneyland is also going to be getting the Hulk as a meet and greet in the Avengers campus. And this is the Hulk smash, big green guy. Super excited.
Oh. Okay. Well, I would be a little concerned about that. I mean, but.
And he is set up, he actually has a quantum suit on. Sorry, I had to think of what the heck it was called.
Oh, okay.
So he's got this big white suit on, but you can see his hands, his faces and stuff inside of his helmet. He's got his big giant feet. He's a really big guy. And it is the Hulk. It is.
There's the human in it.
Yes. So it is not.
Yes.
It's not like meeting Megatron or something where it is literally a robot.
Yeah.
There is a person inside of it doing things.
Well, Megatron and Optimus Prime. There's people in that ad.
So okay.
Jeez.
So super excited. Cannot wait to see Grogu and Mandalorian coming to Black Spire Outpost in the future because it's coming. Just telling Mike about the Hulk. Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah. Zootopia.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, and
so
I understand that they really need to do something in that section because
and that section is Dinoland USA.
Yes, I'm
it's
like
getting the
in.
axe.
Yeah, it's not doing a lot, and a lot of kids are just kind of like, But,
yeah. So they're talking about bringing a Zootopia section.
Yeah.
But when you look at the concept art, because it was Zootopia with a little bit of Moana, there is a heck of a lot of Moana, not a whole lot of Zootopia.
Yep.
So I don't know what they're thinking. I think it's still very much early concept stage that they needed something to announce. Yeah. But Dinoland USA, it's going to be going away. Kind of sad about the dinosaur ride, but there's really nothing there that's like, ooh, let's go do this. Even dinosaur at this point, it's terrifying for kids. So like, I wouldn't take Nick on it because I don't need him like screaming his head off for the next hour.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, Zootopia, it's a good movie and stuff, but
somebody said it very well, and I apologize because I don't remember exactly who it was, but I think maybe it was Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. Zootopia is animals talking about human issues to soften the blow of the human issues that there are.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of sense to me. And the whole concept of Animal Kingdom is animal preservation and giving back to the earth and things like that.
Yeah.
The Moana, that makes sense to me, putting Moana in there because her tie to, I liked it. Talking about her giving back to Fidi so that the land can give back to the people,
right.
Her connection with the ocean, things like that. I could really see that going over well. And it fits in with Pandora.
Yeah,
it fits in with Harambe Village, Africa, and Asia, with their animal conservation messages and stuff that they have in there. Right. Zootopia,
mixed feelings on it.
Yeah, so... but really like to hear what other people think about that one. I do agree. I think they need to do something different with Dinoland USA, even if they completely rethemed the Dinoland area to something else dinosaur related. But I don't think they're going to do that because the IP of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World has taken off so much.
Right.
It's too much of a copyright infringement at this point. It would probably be more of a legal headache than what they're willing to deal with. So
anyway, well, I've got things I want to talk about for a minute. Okay. So I found out that DCL, which is Disney Cruise Lines, is coming out with a new ship, number 6.
Yes.
It is planned to set sail on sometime in 2024, and it's called the Disney Treasure.
I know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And horse was named Treasure.
And did you see
baby girl.
The theming behind it?
Yes, I did. You want to tell them about it?
No, I'll let you do that because I just broke the whole thing. So.
All right. So.
But I had to give your voice a rest for a minute. So anyway,
I appreciate
the
that.
new cruise ship.
The new cruise ship, the Disney Treasure. This thing is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It has it's inspired by the theme of adventure, and it's celebrating Walt's love of travel with Lily and his kids.
Yes.
And I think that is just brilliant.
This is the cruise ship that we have to go on because it's themed after adventure.
Yep.
And in our company's name, Plum Crazy Adventures, I mean, come on, that's just too coincidental. We need to go on this ship.
Yes,
We've got to go on this ship. So guys, you've got to help us out and tell everybody about Plum Crazy Adventures and tell them to subscribe to our channel because we need your help to get those numbers up and to get those people following us and getting them people to start booking some vacations through us.
Yeah.
So the way we can get down there and enjoy that inaugural sailing, because I'm telling you what, if we can pull it off, we're going to go do it.
I think that would be amazing.
I want to do that.
So the Grand Hall itself, it spans 3 decks, same as the Disney Wish.
Yep.
And it is inspired by the grandeur and mystery of a gilded palace.
Mm-hmm.
So very much draws on real world influences of Asia and Africa. So it's going to be things that we aren't necessarily used to seeing because we're very used to German castles and European castles, that kind of thing, with Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, all of that. It's very European, whereas this is kind of themed more in Asia and Africa. So going to be different architectural representation here. And I'm excited for it. It also pays homage to the fictional place Agrabah, which is where the movie Aladdin is set.
Yep.
Now, the center of the atrium, this is the very first time in Disney Cruise Line history, they will actually have 3 bronze statues. And it is going to be Aladdin, Princess Jasmine, and the magic carpet.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Can't wait. I can't wait to get on the ship.
Yes. So very, very excited to see more concept art. Basically, it was only the atrium area. Very different. Lots of gold with black and the darker carpeting and stuff. Yep. Everything really pops in it. So it definitely gives you that feel of a different world or different country from what we're used to with some of the others. Like Disney Wish, it's very light. It's very bright because the Cinderella movies and everything, like when you think about the theming, very, very like the light blues and the textures and stuff. It's all very light and elegant. This is going to be much more like, I don't want to say masculine. That's not the right word. There's going to be
in your face
a little bit. So, and lots of magic. I agree, Deb. Yeah. So the other news that Disney Cruise Line announced, and I just want to touch on this really quickly, is they are actually putting together a second cruise port in the Bahamas. It is called Lighthouse Point, and this is on the island Eleuthera. Yep. So very, very excited for this. It's going to have recreation center, dining, shopping, a water playground, cultural pavilion, obviously swimming, those beautiful white sand beaches that the Bahamas is known for. So very excited that they're adding this in as a second port of call for them. That's going to be another private island experience because Castaway Cay has done so well. I'm looking forward to having this one as well.
Yes. Yeah. Can't wait. I actually read that one the other day too. So I was excited about that one. Oh, I'm ready to go. Well, so we're getting close to the end here. Is there any more that you want to talk about, or?
Let me just very quickly, in like less than 5 minutes, talk about Disneyland.
Okay.
Because obviously we don't send nearly as many people to Disneyland, but I love it, so I want to talk about it. Avengers Campus. I already talked about the Hulk and his Incredible Hulk in his quantum suit. Also, they announced that there's going to be a third attraction. This is exciting. Guests are going to team up with Avengers and their allies to battle foes from the multiverse, including King Thanos, which was created specifically for this attraction because if you remember, he was not actually a king in the Infinity War.
Nope.
So that's exciting. Really looking forward to see how they do that and what exactly they're going to be putting in there because I'm curious because of the spacing how that's going to work. Pacific Wharf, which is also in California Adventure, that is going to be reimagined into San Francisco, which is from the Baymax series, movie and series. This is super exciting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It really marries technology with tradition, and I think that was even mentioned somewhere. That was not my words. So very, very excited about that. And because they're putting this in, we're also going to have a Baymax meet and greet here as well. So Baymax is going to come back out for meet and greets. He was at Disney World for a brief time. He's not there anymore. So it'd be really cool to have him out at Disneyland,
Yes.
getting those perfect fluffy hugs.
Yep.
So.
All right. So I've got one more thing. I got one thing I need to throw in. Well, you finish that and I'll throw in one more thing.
Okay. Paradise Pier. They have officially announced that its new name is going to be the Pixar Place Hotel. And also, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway there is going to be opening in early 2023, which means that they're going to have their Toonland back in early 2023.
Yep.
That's exciting. And then, the last thing, the Magic Happens Parade. That is going to be returning early spring of 2023. For those of you that aren't familiar, this was the brand new parade that they debuted about a month before the pandemic shut the world down.
Yep.
And they haven't been able to bring it back yet. So super excited that they're finally bringing those floats back out, because that parade was bonkers. And I cannot wait to see that in person.
Yeah. All right. So the one thing I need to throw in there, they restored Walt's plane. His original plane that he used to fly around in. So here's my idea, Disney, and I want you to listen really well. What you should
please
is offer that plane to fly people from Anaheim, California, where they spend time at Disneyland, all the way out to Florida to Walt Disney World, to where they can spend time at Walt Disney World and make it one of the most ultimate Walt Disney experiences you can ever do. Think about that. Starting out in California, flying from there in his plane, all the way over to Florida and spending time at Walt Disney World. I think that would be a great thing. Not saying that it's going to happen, but
I was
Disney,
going to say, I think it's supposed to go to the museum.
Yeah, it's supposed to go into a museum and
Museum.
stuff. But I think that would be an awesome thing to do.
It'd be amazing.
God, could you imagine that? Just to be able to sit inside that plane.
They could put any price tag on that. People would
just
do it.
sit in that plane and just be able to be like, okay,
Hi,
Walt,
Amy.
sit here.
How are you?
Walt, sit here. Walt was in this plane. Walt did this. That would be so cool.
Or even if they turned it into something a little bit like the TWA Hotel did with Connie, where you get to go in, you get to have a cocktail and things like that, like what it was back then.
Right.
Back in the days. It was really cool.
Yeah. So very exciting. I to be honest with you, there's a lot of really exciting new things coming out, and there was so much more that was announced that we really didn't even get into, like merchandise and the different types of movies and the new shows. It's just mind blowing. So
and remember, you heard it here first.
That's right. That's right. No. Everybody heard it here. So, well, anyway, guys, it's getting late, and I got to be up really early tomorrow because I've got a lot of meetings I got to run to and do and work for Coke tomorrow. So I think we're going to start signing off here tonight. Guys, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys found this very informative. And I know it was for us, and it was so much fun for us putting it together and enjoying it, because this is exciting stuff for us. We live for the D23s. I mean,
someday we will get our butts out there.
We'll be out there, and someday we'll bring it to you guys on our channels and stuff. And it just
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for all the love and support, both on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes.
Thank you, Plum Crazy, for subscribing tonight. We do appreciate that. I know you cut out early, but maybe you're coming back to watch us again. So we're going to say thank you one more time to you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you to the Stacy for sending in the email to us. I do appreciate that. And like I said before, if you guys have any questions or comments or things that you would like to see us do in Western Pennsylvania or Eastern Ohio, let us know. We would like to do it and throw a video together so that you can see it or answer questions for you guys. So don't worry about that, Amy. It's not a big deal.
Hey, we completely
You can
understand.
always rewatch it. So I will rewatch it. Thank you. We do appreciate it. And guys, don't forget, once we're done tonight, we will be sharing this onto our Facebook page. So if you guys liked it, take it and share it to your page too. Tell all your friends and family members about us. Anybody that's looking to do a trip or a vacation and stuff, we would be glad to help book that vacation for you. And if you guys just want to talk a little bit about travel, give us a call.
Hey, I love to talk travel.
Yep. So, guys, with all that being said, we're going to get out of here tonight. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a surprise guest. I know we keep saying this.
He will not be here until October.
Okay, now he won't be here until October. So sorry about that, guys, but we will get him here.
He got called into doing instructor duties, so I can't really argue with him too much.
Well, maybe we'll do it like a video and throw it up on our YouTube channel so that way everybody can watch it. So I'll talk to you about it in a little bit. She's confused, but making like the videos that we normally do, but just sit and talk to him about it and ask questions and stuff. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here, guys. It's been great seeing everybody tonight. And one more question. Are you guys ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure?
Because we're ready to get you there.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.